Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about how you can make a Star Wars creation. So we will start by opening up a browser in Chrome. Here I'm just typing in Star Wars wallpaper. Now the reason I'm saying wallpaper is wallpaper usually means it's a higher quality image, and that's really what we're going for. So the second thing you can do is when you search specifically for images, you can go to the tools and advanced search. And here we're looking at different sizes. Remember, the bigger the size, the better. So I'm looking for greater than 4 megapixels. Maybe we can find some bigger ones, but that's about as big as we're going to get. And I find this image of a Sith, and it's from a wallpaper site, and it's called 4K Wallpapers, which hints to the quality of it. And here it allows you to download the original 38 by 40, so that's okay. The next thing we're going to do is prepare it. And so to do this, we'll go here to pixelr.com, remove background. And this has a couple of tools that will do a pretty good job of removing any backgrounds that you've got. Notice here you can fine tune. And I just went in and restored the lightsabers. That's an important part of a Sith's getup. And once I've fine-tuned it to what I like, I can just save it as well. So now I have the original, and I have this one that the background is removed. You can kind of see the difference as I go back and forth between them. Now, the problem is it's a wide image, and I don't want all that garbage. So I'm just going to open it. I'm using a Mac, so I'm in preview. And I'm just going to select the parts of it that I'd like. I'm going to get it as close to the image border as possible that I want to save. And then I'm going to crop it. I line it up here, and then I click crop. Now, when I select the whole image, you'll see that it's just that. That's now my new size. So when I save this and I go and look, you can see that it shows a lot closer, and it doesn't have those wide borders like it did before. So now that we have the image that we've liked, we've removed the background, and we've made it the right size. You know, we've cropped the image to just the pieces that we'd like. We can upload it to this other site called the rasterbaiter.net. Here it's made to kind of do special effects. So if you look here, I'll enlarge the preview and it shows these raster marks. Now I'll get to that in just a quick second, but I can remove that effect. I'm gonna make it 6 sheets high. Now that's not as tall as a person, you can see on the side there. But if I make it taller than a person like I'd like, then you can see I need to print 72 sheets of paper. So that's a lot. So I'm just going to do 6 here. You can do however you'd like. And we're going to zoom in a little bit later to see what it looks like. But we want to make sure that the image is high enough quality that when we blow it up like that, it doesn't look terrible. So if I do no effects, you see it got rid of that, raster dots. Because I'm doing no effects, this screen is nothing. And then what I'm going to do is keep the crop marks, which means you can see where to cut each page. I'm also going to keep the page position so it'll show a little number on each side of where you put it in the grid. So that's it. I click print and it prints a PDF of 42 pages. I just name it here, my Sith poster. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up that poster, and I'm just going to take a look at it. You can see you get some pretty good detail. Along some of the edges, you start to see a little blur. That's what happens when you blow up an image to such a large size. But if this is high enough quality for me, I'm going to just print it out. Now you'll see that there's several blank pages. You may not need to include those. Those are just kind of the side portions of it. So you can select which ones to print. you print it, and then you glue it all together, and that, or tape it up next to each other, and that is how you get your Sith poster.